Okay, greetings. Rich here. I've been stepping away doing other stuff here. Yeah, I mean, I got more stuff I gotta do back there. But anyhow, I got stuff. Just wanted to get this video out quick. Just to be a little bit timely with the order, I think Order 1886, I wanted to talk about it. It also has to do with this channel and my thoughts about that. And this is, let's discuss this. So post comments below. Anyhow, I had a castle adventure game which I was trying to classify, and if you check the playlist, you would have saw that I didn't do anything regarding adventures or role playing, and we'll call it that way. I do now have a playlist down there for adventures and role playing. If you notice here, you're probably wondering why didn't I say game at the end. And that's what I'm talking about. I'd like your comment about this here. I will cover that content here, like, text adventures and, role playing stuff. But let me ask you a question and we'll get to the Order 1886 here. Okay. Is the Holodeck on the Starship Enterprise and the Star Trek Generation a game? Or the adventures they go on games? I'm not even talking structured stuff that you play through. I'm talking about that open and unstructured. Is that a game? What makes it a game? Typically, what you see here is there are set goals. You have everything else. You can beat an opponent. There's a score you beat. There's usually like winners and losers. Even puzzle stuff would be, suspect there. But part of the reason for asking this here is something to think about. And I understand the video game industry wants to go ahead and do this area. But what I'm seeing is an annoying trend where anything that's AAA has to have this. They have to hire voice actors. They have to hire a writer. They have to do everything else here. And then we get to the Order 1886. Less than 10 hours of gameplay there for $60. 5 to 7. And it's, oh, it's awesome. Or people are saying the writing's bollocks. I'm very suspect that the video game industry at all can do competent storytelling. There's some exceptions, but Ken Levin left the building. He's going to do small indie stuff. He's not doing AAA. But they'll push this and have an experience that is, not structured. I mean, structured storytelling and want to try to tell a story, which, from what I've seen of the Order 1886, is derivative. It's nothing special. So is this what we're going to get here? That the video game industry is going to see derivative stories, movies that have worked, and then end up doing a simulation of them, which was my joking comment about Call of Duty single player. Mind you, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about the single player experience only, and I'm not talking about every single Call of Duty. For me, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, the first one, had a really good story. The Black Ops 2, I think it was Black Ops 2, with the Messiah guy, however that happened. I thought that was good. And there's some other stuff they did in it. And I'm not bashing this interactive experience or even storytelling. It's just so few and far between. I mean, I really love Bioshock. But Bioshock 2 was interesting. I got motion sickness from Bioshock Infinite. Really wanted to like it. So if they can, that's fine. My problem is it gets labeled as a game. And that there leads to everybody expecting it. And then the video game industry wants to produce more and more stuff based upon the negative side of Order 1886. That you're doing stuff here that has quick time events, or you hit a button to advance the story. It's kind of the David Cage syndrome. So, what is your take on this? Feel free to comment below. I will cover some of the stuff here, particularly old school, if I feel it's worthwhile. It's a place to stick it. I really not heavily focused on it. But if there's some landmark stuff, I want to make a comment on it, and I'm having that category. But we're calling it Adventures in Role Playing. I'm not even an RPG, but where you play a character and there's a story you play through, and it's driven for that experience, kind of like the Holodeck, the leveling up. There might be, what you'll see about the playlist also is you'll see something on multiple categories. So, let's say we have an arcade game that has leveling up in stats and all that in the story. I might consider putting on multiple playlists. But anyhow, please give me your thoughts here. What is your take on adventures And the Order 1886 or anything else related, I personally think the pushing that in that direction is not a good trend for the video game industry. But the AAA side. That's what the AAA side does, though. But I find it very hard for anybody to do competent storytelling. You could try to have actors and stuff and make it decent quality, but I really wonder when they're doing it. Let me give you another example. There's this thing I saw Jim Sterling go over called The Interview, which the production quality is poor, and it was like the opening, the entire quote gameplay was like the opening Ultima 4, where you're given multiple choice questions, and then it's supposed to answer a question, and then the reveal happens, and it takes about 12 minutes to go through. You know, there's other things here, and we might as well talk about here, that I would consider something like the Stanley Parable and Adventure. Not much gameplay. And that's why I said I typically would advocate having adventure or something else as a different category for all of us. Of course, you have toys, and then I'm wondering when to do puzzle. I mean, I'll make an exception here, because puzzles are a different category than regular game stuff. You can have a competition. My take on what a game is, you can have a competition. There's competing where you're trying to beat somebody else. That's normally a game there. I mean, if you were a speed run in adventure games, who gets to it faster, that's different. Typically a measure of skill. When you go video games, it's gotten a bit broader, but my take for what they're doing here with the pulp production, the problem I have is they're making it so broad that there is no challenge to overcome. And as I said earlier about linear gameplay, if you've seen that video here and it kind of went, we'll have her comment, bear with me. If you said that before, I do want to appreciate it. My memory sometimes forgets names here, but anyhow, who said, no, it's not necessarily linear. It's the fact that it's a story-driven game, that this linear experience in stories is subject to the same thing you have with movies on YouTube and this copyright thing. Do you want your video games, do you want your gameplay to be totally blocked because of this nature, so they won't show anything else? The whole video game industry, the way that stuff works there, is very immensely annoying, because what they're doing is they're totally cracking down. You look at the video game journalism side, it's a problem. You look at what you have here. I mean, the thing is that the buying ratings, everything else, then they're going to block YouTube and everything else so you can't see it, you know, because you're going to go through. So, let's get back to the adventure stuff here. If you feel adventure and role-playing stuff are games, what makes them games? Let's discuss that. And discuss the Order 1886, which I feel is a bad trend, and if AAA is going that way, it's saying, which may be fine, but I'm sorry, I saw the ending to it. You can do that. Go on YouTube, watch the ending. And if that's what it is, I'm very disappointed. Maybe there were some characters in there and anything else. I am not going to spoil any of it. But, you know what? I don't feel like buying it. I don't feel like buying any of David Cage's stuff either. You know, I don't even really feel like playing it either. I might want to watch it. And there's your question for you. So anyhow, you know, is this stuff really games? Give some thought, please. If you're watching this, comment below. We rambled a bit much. I'm going to probably run this by some annotation. I don't know what I'll add here. I might correct a few things, but okay, that's about it. And this is just a last minute video here. Try to get something out. Just to say, we got some madness coming up. I'm looking at all the arcade stuff probably next week. This Sunday, we will probably get every single thing up, or Saturday. And yeah, I do want to thank you for watching. And may your die, yes, you, thank you for watching. May your die always roll 5.